Hi everyone, welcome back to PMP question practice time. A great way to start your morning as you prepare to pass the PMP exam. We're going to go through 5 questions. I'm going to go through them as well for the first time and we'll solve them together. Let's jump into the first one and see how we go. You're working through your project and performing quality inspections on the product. Okay, the quality phase of our project. Fantastic. During inspection, a key part of the product was found defective. Okay, this was not planned for and the team brainstormed and managed to make the product work without the defective component. This is, okay, is this about quality? Or this is risk mitigation. Okay, all right, so maybe a risk question. It's not risk mitigation because we're not coming up with controls for that risk in advance. Transfer of risk, we're not transferring it to another party. It's already happened. So risk avoidance, we're not avoiding it because it's already happened as well. So yeah, probably none of those. It's a workaround. So once it's happened, once the risk has happened, then we're going to work around, especially if we're not solving or fixing it through a change request or something similar. So let's go with answer D for now. This is a workaround. Answer D, fantastic. This was an unplanned event that happened. It's a risk. Workarounds are responses to unidentified risks or passively accepted risks. So there we go. How did you go? Let's look at question 2. You have a problem in the project you're working on where a group of stakeholders from one part of the business are not receptive to the change brought on by your project. Whoa. And you know, this happens quite a lot. This is, you know, conflict that we have to work through in a nice way as project managers, so that we can keep our stakeholders on board, of course, and, you know, help them become a part of the project. So what is the best approach to resolve this conflict to assure longer lasting resolution? Okay, smoothing or accommodating them. Okay, right, so this is definitely a conflict management question. Collaborating or problem solving, probably one of the best ones. Compromising or reconciling with them is actually known as a lose-lose approach, I think, from memory, because you have to give up a little bit and they have to give up a little bit. So this is actually a terrible approach, even though it sounds nice. And forcing or directing, you know, you can direct, but how many people are you going to win over using that directing approach? You know, given a chance, they'll probably, you know, not support you in the future. So let's not go with that one. Smoothing or accommodating them. Again, that sounds nice, but then, you know, really, what about our needs and what about our results that we need as well? So probably not that one either. So collaborating and problem solving. And again, there's that word, direct and collaborative approach. As a project manager, probably one of the better ways to solve problems. But once we're doing that, hopefully we can come up with a win-win approach where everyone is at least happy or gains something out of this decision. So let's go with answer B for now. Answer B, fantastic. There are 5 general techniques for resolving conflict. Each technique has its place and use. Withdraw, avoid, smooth, accommodate, compromise and reconcile, force, direct, and collaborate and problem solve. Probably one of the better ones that you will be able to use out there. How did you go? Let's look at question 3. You're working on a new parkland project in New Zealand where heavy earthquakes have been known to occur. Okay, this is potentially a risk. It hasn't happened yet, I don't think. So you meet with your project sponsor and risk team and agree on an action to transfer the risk. What will you do next? Okay, so what is transferring the risk? Ask the executive team to change project sponsors so your current sponsor is not exposed to the risk. I don't think that's what they mean by transferring the risk there, okay? Even though the project sponsor may like that, but then really would they get the benefit of the project? So we have to think about that too. Let's not go with letter A for now. Purchase insurance for earthquakes to transfer, so yeah, transfer the risk to another company. So that's what insurance is. We're buying an insurance contract for a certain amount of dollars, and now the risk is that company's risk instead of our risk. So we're transferring it. I'm probably going to go with that one. Form a shell company to transfer the risk of liability to that shell company if anything bad happens. I don't know if that's actually legal. Who knows? But let's not probably mess around with that for now, because there's probably other implications there. Transfer the risk to the people using the park. Wow, this is great. By placing a caution sign out front. That's not what we mean by transferring the risk either. Although, partially maybe some of those might transfer some of the risk, but the best way as a project manager, the business way is to use an insurance contract and transfer the risk that way. Let's go with answer B for now. Answer B. Insurance is an example of transferring risk. Other strategies are mitigating, avoiding, accepting, and escalating the risks. And those are all different ways that we can manage those risks and respond to risks on our project, which is wonderful to know. Last two questions we're up to now, guys. You are doing great. Question 4. You're working with the quality manager in your project where your product has limited features. Okay. In order to reduce the price. Okay, great, but you still want it to work well and correctly. Okay, the quality manager has asked you for advice on the quality and grade. Okay, that's what we're looking at here, quality and grade of the product. What will you tell her? Okay, let's look at this. So features is grade. So if we've got only a few, 1 or 2 features compared to the market, then I look at this like a school grade. So we'll have a low grade basically because it only has a few features comparatively to the market. Whereas quality is how well do those features work that we've actually created. So they said we want it to work well and correctly. So we want high quality, but the grade doesn't really matter. So it can be a low grade, I think. So let's look at what we've got here. Bad quality is acceptable, but grade is not. Okay, so that's definitely out, because we do want good quality here. Bad grade is acceptable. So this is what we said, low grade, but bad quality is not acceptable. So we want high quality. That one's definitely possible. I think that's probably going to be the one. Neither bad grade nor quality is acceptable. In this case, actually bad grade is actually okay. So we can work with that. And that's the way that this works. A grade in this case is not necessarily a bad thing. We're intentionally doing it this way. So that's really interesting. And last one, grade and quality are the same thing. Oh boy, that one's going to get you in trouble. So definitely not that one, okay? So I think we're going to go with answer B. I think that's probably our best one. Let's have a look. Answer B. Grade refers most often to the number of features or options, while quality refers to how well those features work. Very, very nice. In this case, it is acceptable to have minimal features, low grade, as long as they work with a high quality. We're in our last question. You are doing fantastically. Let's jump into the last question. You're speaking with the quality manager of your project, and he's suggested a quality approach for the quality management plan. Okay, when we're planning the process of how we're going to deal with quality, that was made popular by Deming. What is he referring to? Deming, probably most common. He had 14 principles, I think. Let's have a look at what we got. Apply continuous small improvements. Maybe it's like a Kaizen. This is like lean and the Toyota production system quality improvements and stuff like that. Stuff that you'll find in Six Sigma, quite a lot. Maybe that one. Perform inspections on every product that is made. Now, if I remember correctly, Deming said he doesn't want any inspections or something similar. He wants to build quality into the product so you don't have to do inspections. So let's keep that in mind. I don't think it's that one. X and Y theory, that's McGregor's X and Y theory. That's to do with resource and improving collaboration and stuff like that. Oh no, so only hire Y type workers as they are highly engaged. So with that one, you've got X workers and Y workers, and one of them, I can't remember which, is highly engaged in the work, and the other one is not really engaged in the work. Something similar. Anyway, that's more to do with resource management. That one. Letter D, plan, do, check, act. That's definitely your Deming cycle, they call it, or the Shewart cycle, I think, or Shewart. I think that's the way that you say it. The Deming cycle to improve quality iteratively. So you're planning, doing, checking, and acting, and then you're doing it all again and continually iterating and improving. Let's go with answer D for now. Continuous small improvements is part of Kaizen theory. Oh, no, it is answer D. Fantastic. That's good. The plan, do, check, act method was made popular by Deming based on the Shewart cycle. Excellent. And that's the last question. We made it. Fantastic work. Keep practicing and keep studying every day for your PMP exam, because I know you can do it and I know you can pass the PMP exam. You are doing great, and I truly believe that you can pass the PMP exam. I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.